match on court 2 is men's triples. First up, the Dutch Lions. And their opponents are Croatia and Eagles. The match on court 1 is men's triples. First up, French baguettes. And their opponents are Turkish Grey Wolves.
Well, the ever-changing conditions are providing the extra challenge today here in Baku, Azerbaijan. We're providing live coverage of the BWF Air Badminton Continental Championships in Europe. This morning's action is focused around the triples events. This is men's triples about to start live on court 1. That's court 2 we're looking at with the Netherlands and Croatia going head to head in a few moments' time. On court 1, the French Baguettes versus the Turkish Grey Wolves, with the match about to start in just a few moments. So it's 3 versus 3. You've got a maximum team of 4 players, with one substitute that can be involved in the match up to 3 times. Four male players from France are warming up right now. For Turkey, that's their entire team of 3 men involved in this tournament. The group stages of the team relay took place throughout the day and into the evening last night, with a couple of terrific quarterfinals. The favourite nations here, France, narrowly lost out to the Netherlands in their team relay. Those semi-finals in the team relay will take place later on. And for Turkey, the focus now is purely on the men's and women's individual events, the triples. For Turkey on court, Burak Sestikoglu and his 2 teammates, Burak Kuchuk and Arda Oz. For France on court this morning, Louis Decroix, Gregor Dunikowski, Nicholas Horo and Thomas Valle. Make up the foursome with 3 players in action at all times. It's a very strong French team. They were terrific in the team relay, so unlucky. The final match of the team relay last night, the women's doubles, France just couldn't hold on. So if you've never watched air badminton before, let's talk you through some of the rules. Naturally, the conditions being the biggest challenge, moving on sand barefoot and combating the elements. Bit of rain this morning, but a couple of little showers. It shouldn't affect play. In fact, it helps keep the sand nice and cool as we get into the middle of the day and into the afternoon. It can get very hot in these environments. 30 degrees here yesterday and warmer throughout the first few days. Well, firstly, you can see the position on the server well back in court. And the service height, where you can strike the shuttle, is a lot higher in air badminton. Up to the maximum height of the top of the net, which is 1.45 meters. And we'll see it here from the French. We may see an aggressive forehand driving serve. One of the other bigger important factors in triples is that players cannot play a consecutive shot. Hence the need for rotation, which is not easy on sand, I can tell you that. Any of the players can hit the shuttle, but once you have, the next shot cannot be yours. So it's a good strategic play to try and find the same player. And perhaps the biggest challenge the sport has is combating the wind. That shuttle really does move around. It's a different shuttle to the indoor game, as you can see. Quite a lot heavier. Made of hard plastic, and the cork area, a rubber plastic composite. Specifically designed for this air badminton development by the BWF. And given the difficulties moving on sand and the flight of the shuttle moving in the wind, it's a good tactic to be a little bit more safe than you would be indoors. Great attack from Turkey. Well, the big screen behind the court, we'll see it on the main camera shortly, will start displaying the score. And they're ready. It's 4-all currently. 5 games to 9 points for the match. Changing ends at the end of each game, unless there is a 5th and deciding rubber game, where they'll change midway through. Oh, Great effort, the diving save, it's gone wide. He's one of the fastest men out here in the sunglasses at the front for France. The entire tournament, he's been so impressive. Those best performing teams this week in the team relay will qualify for the World Cup held in December. Greece losing out in the quarterfinal last night to Azerbaijan. Brilliant for the host nation. And a good standard throughout the teams. You can see when a player plays the shuttle, then making way for his teammates. One of the key factors is that rotation. Good smash return. 7-6 the score in favour of the French so far here in game one. Rally. That's superb. That's the best rally we've seen so far. Aggressive from the French baguettes. Steadfast in defence, the French. That's bad luck. That return, devastating. Good, going over the top, that was clever. A little bit of deception there. That's a brilliant setup again for the French. Looking strong here. Change of ends, end of game one. 1-0 to France, best of 5. So the French team making use of their first substitution. They're allowed 3 in the match. Where teams have 4 players, like the French, each of them will be wearing a coloured wristband so that the umpire can ensure the substitutions are all fair and above board. The limited number. And if this is the first time you've witnessed air badminton, let's talk about the dead zone for a moment. The 2 blue lines going across the court, 2 meters from the net on each side. In between that, the forecourt typically, that's the dead zone. A shuttle played into the dead zone is a fault. So the dead zone is out at all times. And if you go into the dead zone as a player to hit a shot, that will also be a fault. You can, a bit like Ben, you can play a natural shot in position, and if your momentum carries you into the dead zone for a moment after the shot, that's allowed. You can recover. That's a great shot. Just that little turn of the wrist to send the shuttle the wrong way. It's cooler conditions out here at the morning. First thing in the morning here in Baku, Azerbaijan. It's 8:23 a.m. And with the cloud cover and that bit of rain, it's making for a lot easier conditions in terms of temperature. Things will most certainly change as we get into the afternoon. It's a good serve, aggressive. Tried the deceptive drop shot there. That's the challenge in this sport. The basics are all important. Good rotation as the French player would have played a consecutive shot there. That is a tremendous pickup. What a save. Diving forehand keeps the shuttle in play. To make sure he doesn't step over that imaginary line where you can see those 2 red cones on the side of the court. Have to stand behind that to serve. Third game underway, 3 out of 5, and another substitution for France. That is a lovely shot. Calmly placed into the open space. Well, it seems it's a little more difficult to get a good length with the lifts from this side of the court. That wind playing a part sideways, but also front to back being a challenge. Good shot. Great aggression again from the French. Look at the French rotation. (3-2) in this third game. Turkey off to a better start. The Turkish Grey Wolves, they're known as. Good save. So one of the French players has knocked over the serving cone. Service judge coming over to make sure it's in the right place. Well played. Turkish team sat courtside. Oh, wow. Good communication between the French players there. Good return and equalled by the defense of the French team. And again, Turkish Grey Wolves just having to work hard to rotate, but staying on the attack. That's lovely, well played into the open space. Another terrific rally is in the net. The lack of live score at the moment, so trying to listen to the umpire for the scores. I believe it's 4-6 in this third for the French, or 4-6 serving rather, the Turkey team. Yeah, with the advantage, 5-6 now, first to 9, and best of 5 games. Wow, the power. Just wide the drift, almost bringing that back in court. Oh, well left. The French baguettes looking hungry this morning. But they're a game point down in this one. I think the shuttle was stuck in the strings of the racket then. Now what can the French come up with to prevent Turkey taking this third game? It's still game point. 7-8, France on serve. Good pressure. Leveling this at 8-all. It's a 2-point lead required now. Sudden death. 10-8 would win the game. And if they keep it close, 12-all would be the maximum of the sudden death situation. The extra points are required. The 13th point would win the game. So need to win by 2 clear points. 9-8 with the French on serve. Good block. Good defense. Look at the athleticism, the commitment to reach every shot. That's lovely. Diving defense all over the court. That is brilliant from the French. What a turnaround, a great comeback. And that is a 3-love victory for the French baguettes over the Turkish Grey Wolves in match 1. All smiles as the French leave the court. Off to a good start in the men's triples. Group stage matches. 3 groups of 3 here. The top 2 in the group progressing. So 6 teams progressing to the knockouts. 2 will go straight to semi-finals based on the team rankings. If the highest 2 teams ranked in the event win their respective group. And in the men's triples, the Netherlands are the highest ranked team, France in 2nd, Germany in 3rd. So that's the 3 top seeds in the event. If those 3 teams win their groups, the highest 2 will advance straight to the semi-finals. The other 4 teams will play out for a quarter-final knockout stage. We've got plenty of live coverage over the next hour and a half or so, whilst the court attendants level the playing field, compact that sand to make things a bit easier to start the match. We've got women's triples coming up in a few moments. The French Air Force will be up against the Turkish Delight. Stay with us here.
gətirdiyi hər şey zayid edir. Vüqar, Tural göndər rədəmdə.
Alışlasın ayağı içində eğilir, qalmır.
Sen bunun ayaklarına var mı ölüm? Oturmur hiç orasında. Oturmur burasına bak. Ha kaçtı bak. Oturmur. Nasıl bu bunun da öyle lazım. Eldirak yiyene.
Bunu belə.
Ben. Bunu ben yiyelim.
Nə yeyər?
Gel lan.
Mən də atmışam, nədə? Bax sən burada.
Please now welcome the technical officials for the matches onto court. The match on court 2 is men's triples. First up, the German Brath Bros. And their opponents are the Georgian Air Raiders. The match on court 1 is women's triples. First up, the French Air Force. And their opponents are Turkish Delight.
The sun's beginning to shine here in Baku this morning. It's getting towards 9 a.m. here at the BWF Air Badminton European Continental Championships. This is the women's triples event about to start. Live on court 1 with the French Air Force versus Turkish Delight. So the coin toss for ends and serve. There's 3 of the 4 possible French players out there. The team includes Sharon Bauer, Lorraine Baumann, Charlotte Ganchi and Lilu Schaffner. It looks like just 3 of them will be involved for this match. If there are 4, you can have substitutions throughout the match. We saw that a bit earlier with the French male team, the French Baguettes, overcoming the Turkish Grey Wolves in 3 straight games. For Turkey this morning, Beren Askar, Zarif Dai and Nahir Merel Deniz. And they may have a fair chance here in this match. The female players of the French team relay didn't quite do themselves justice last night in their quarter-final. French team relay team losing out narrowly to the Netherlands for a place in the semi-finals to face Germany later today. So just a minute or so for this warm-up. Getting used to the conditions out on court 1 being the key aspect. The wind playing its part as always. Best of 5 games to 9 points each. There will be extra points required in each game if needed. So a maximum of 12 all and sudden death to 13. Haven't seen one of those yet. Seen a couple at 10-8 today.
On my right, Turkish Delight, and on my left, French Air Force.
French Air Force versus Turkish Delight
Level,
for the first women's triples of the day.
ladies and gentlemen, on our right, Belgium, David O'Reilly.
Well, that is
Wow. In
a sign of intent
German,
from the Turkish Delight. Oof. Deniz, fearsome in the front of the court.
David O'Reilly. 1, 2, 1, low.
Well, the serve is played from well back in court, quite a distance to cover with the serve, but you can be more aggressive with the serve. You can strike the shuttle up to 1.45 meters, which is the same height as the top of the net. You can be a lot more aggressive with a driving serve from the rear court. And the entire front section of the court, the dead zone, is out in this sport. Fairly balanced start to the match, 3-2 the score currently. That pressure coming down hard from the front has proven difficult for the French to deal with. That's a consecutive shot there from Denise. She was the one trying to make the French player play a consecutive shot. Really quick thinking from the French to play it back to her. No consecutive shots allowed for a single player in triples. Look at that power and placement. Good smash. Going for the high serve. So this bright sunshine that's coming out will provide us with a couple of challenges for these players. The shuttle looking up to the sky being one of them. And as the day goes on, this sand gets very hot. Confusion over the score, I think. Perhaps the umpire waiting for a technical official to come over and confirm. I believe the French are arguing they've got 4 points. Turkish delight, all smiles. I don't think they're too bothered. Yes, so France on serve at 4-5. So those red cones on the side of the court mark where the imaginary service line is. Got to stand behind that. That's a good shot over the top. French player caught in two minds then. And the score again. These players keeping this umpire on his toes this morning. Good save. Well, I think this shuttle has survived the entire first match. 3-0 to the French over Turkey in the men's triples. Quite amazing to see at the Asian Continental Championships a couple of weeks ago. Same shuttle being used in two entire finals on the Sunday. That hard rubber plastic composite, very durable, sustainable. Big point. Game point to the French Air Force. Good save. Oh, well, she played the previous shot. Her teammates have to be more aware. 8-all, extra points required. The wind just grabbing that shuttle, pushing it wide. 2 clear points. And so a game point to the French Air Force. Consecutive shot, forced, had to get out of the way. Denise couldn't play that. And so, 10-8 to the French Air Force in the opening game. got some great team names this week for the triples. On court 2 right now, the German Bratbros are taking on the Georgian Air Raiders. We've got the Dutch Lions and the Croatian Air Ratko's Eagles, which took place a little earlier. That was a close match. The Croatian Cougars taking on the Holland Hurricanes later. And the German Smash Potatoes taking on the Georgian Shuttle Divas. That's the matches in this morning's session. Well, the French doing their best to make friends with the umpire so far in this match. That's the third time they've stopped for a chat. Backhand serve, kept low. Asghar taking control. Day trying to find a length. Has to be the youngest player on court. Good start to this second game for the French. 6-2 now, 2 points away, or rather 3 points away from a 2-love scoreline. Asghar again, moving into the middle. Turkey team perhaps not quite rotating as well as they might. Good save. That backhand was difficult, off balance, and it's game points for the French Air Force. So a dominant second game, 9-2 the score. And a 2-love lead in the match. Best of 5 games, remember. Terrific start for the French team. Nice backhand. Good movement from the French. Turkey unable to hold the attack. Terrific rally. Pushing her opponent as far wide as you could possibly get. Shuttle just flying around in the wind. Ever so difficult to track the shuttle in the air out here. Got to be more conservative. On the line. Down a few points, and now they've recovered well, this French team. Wind not getting hold of that one. It's well wide. It's great conditions here for this sort of setup here in Baku. The venue is actually a Olympic beach soccer venue. Well left. What a serve. Playing with the margins. And this, not just a game point, but for the match. Oh, the wind just holding it up. Falling short of that blue line. Askar on serve. Good length with the clear. 2 more points to force us into extra points required. Fighting back here, the Turkish delight. The serve's gone long. 9-8. Good power from Askar. All right, pressure on the serve of Denise. Good serve. Consecutive shot. Askar needed to be more aware there. Clever play from the French, forcing that situation. Another match point. It's gone long. The French Air Force through in straight games. Had the potential there, the Turkish delight. Just couldn't hold it together under crucial moments. And France beating Turkey not once but twice this morning in the men's triples and the women's triples. Both matches in straight games as well. Happy looking French coaching staff. Well, that was a pretty quick battle, and we've got a few minutes now before the next match on court one, which will be women's triples once more. Holland Hurricanes taking on the Ratko Croatian Cougars in about 10 minutes' time. Stay with us for that.
Please now welcome the technical officials for the matches onto court. match on court 2 is women's triples. First up, the German smashed potatoes. And their opponents are the Georgia Shuttle Divas. The match on court 1 is women's triples. First up, the Holland Hurricanes. And their opponents are the Ratcos Croatian Cougars.
Welcome back to our live coverage of the BWF Air Badminton Continental Championships in Europe. The triples is the order of the day here, live on court 1. Team France so far on court 1 in both the men's and women's triples have been a formidable force. And certainly the Holland Hurricanes right here will have the edge on paper at least against Ratko's Croatian Cougars. Out there for the Croatian Cougars this morning. Lucia Galgia, Nikolina Kabicek and Gala Zukic. So all three will stay on court for Croatia throughout the match. The 4-strong squad of the Netherlands gives them a chance to rotate with substitutions. Their team, Corine Broekers, Amber Dersken, Bente Pol and Sasha van der Weerhof. Superb performance last night in the quarter-final of the team relay, where the Netherlands had to take on France, one of the top seeds, and beat them narrowly 60-58. And it was a final match in the women's doubles for the Holland Hurricanes that got the job done. It was close, it was tense. Two terrific quarterfinals on court 1 and 2 at the same time. Really closely fought. The other was 60-59 actually. So just 1 minute in this warm-up and we'll be straight into the action. Group stages here in the women's triples. 3 groups of 3, the top 2 progress.
Ready to play.
So, who's going to start on the substitutes bench for the Netherlands? It looks like Amber Deerskin's taking a seat for this one. And maybe we'll see her feature in the second or third game. Best of 5 games to 9 points. 3 games will take it. And so, on court on the left, nearest us right now, Bente Pol with the dark hair. Sasha van der Weerhof in the middle. And Corrine Broekers with the serve. Good save from Pol. Showing the fighting spirit early in the match. Good rotation from Sasha. Had to get out of the way there for her partner, as she can't play a consecutive shot in triples. Broekens with the serve, just lacked a little bit of pace. Playing it safe, Bente Pol. That's more aggressive from Broekens. Well, it's a great start for the Holland Hurricanes. 5-1 on the board. And a bit of confusion between the Croatian Cougars. You can't fault the commitment. As the French team walk past, cheering on the entire air badminton event. Some great team names you can see on the big screen in a moment on court 2. The German smashed potatoes taking on the Georgian shuttle divas. Had to get out of the way quicker there. No consecutive shots allowed, and so a comfortable start for the Holland Hurricanes. 11-2 the opening game.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game, level, play.
So no substitution used just yet for the Holland Hurricanes. Amber Derskin sat in the shadows under that umbrella with her teammate and coach. Oh, Sasha takes a tumble in the rear court, good save. Cannot be converted by the Croatians though. Good commitment. Be nice to see Amber Derskin get on court. She's a very quick thinking, clever, creative player. We saw a lot of it in the team relay yesterday. Some really nice shots from Derskin. Oh, again, consecutive shots causing the issue. Benta Pol having to make way, but her teammates not quick enough to react. That's well played by the Croatian Cougars. Van der Weerhof playing it safe. Good length on the clear. Brooker's forced round the head in a difficult position. Better rotation. Oh, look at the wind. Grab that shuttle, push it wide. Much better start to this second game for the Ratko's Croatian Cougars. Nice shot, lovely shot. Sasha van der Weerhof. A little bit flat-footed there. Good serve. Yeah, it's in court, on the line. Terrific shot. You can see how aggressive you can be on serve. Serving well back in court, but the height of the serve, where you can strike the shuttle, is a lot higher than the indoor game. An opportunity to really attack your opponents straight off the first shot. And what a turnaround. The Croatian Cougars taking the second and leveling the score at 1-1. And it looks like Amber Derskin for the Netherlands holding up that blue card. She's coming on as a substitute for this next match, next game. Sasha van der Weerhof taking a seat for this one, replaced by Amber Dersken. Corinne Brukers and Beta Pol still on court. 1 game all. What a save from Pol. That is tremendous. She had so much ground to cover. The diving forehand defense. Excellent commitment from the Dutch. No consecutive shots allowed. Amber Dersken had a lot to cover there. It's clever play from the Cougars. Oh, Benta Pol really up for this. A big cry as that shuttle landed long. Dersken needs to move a bit quicker after that shot to get out of the way to allow her teammates to take over. Is really getting into this match now. Well, the winners equaled by the errors at the moment from Ratko's Croatian Cougars. That's unfortunate. That would have been a lovely shot. Slight deception on the forehand. Turned the shuttle out wide. It had beaten Amber Dersken's. Dersken all ends up. Five 5-4 the score. 1 game all. Good drive into the body. Watches that one go long as well. Got to reduce these mistakes. Good serve. And a good return. Clipping it down cross court. Well, in the Group C match on court 2, the German smashed potatoes, wasting no time at all, beating the Georgian shuttle divas in straight games. See by the brightness of the sunshine, it's really hotting up here in Baku. And the early morning session will come to a close after this match. Teams given a break to play in the cooler parts of the day because the middle of the day here in Azerbaijan gets very, very hot indeed. You can see the playing service in turmoil. That'll make movement a little bit more tricky.
Fourth one, 20 seconds. Fourth one, 20 seconds. 40, level, play.
So no substitution. Van der Weerhof staying on the bench. For the Holland Hurricanes, Broekers, Dursken and Pol. Staying on court. And a 2-point lead. That's a superb serve, clever from Corinne Broekers. Good touch. Just waiting for one of those winning shots from Amber Dursken. She'll have to forgive me, it's Dirksen, rather. All of these players new to us. Germany in third, Bulgaria looking strong in fourth. Greece in five, who narrowly missed out on the team relay semi-finals last night. And Azerbaijan, sixth in the rankings, but they've got a very well-balanced team as the Holland Hurricanes take that fourth game, making it a 3-1 win to the Holland Hurricanes over Ratko's Croatian Cougars. And they are looking good to progress the group stages. With the knockouts of the triples taking place over the course of the next 36 hours. The finals will be played tomorrow night here in Baku. So we're taking a short break. These teams staying out of the midday sun. And the next men's triples match will be scheduled for 4 p.m. local time. So for now, from myself, Bobby Griffin, and all of us here at the BWF, thanks for watching so far, and please join us again later this afternoon.